Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here. And Cardi B just did an interview with zombie Joe Biden. And it encapsulates, it epitomizes what a person who is so detached from the political reality, not only of this country and the world, but then also just listening enough in the background to be spoon-fed a narrative that, again, is the furthest point from reality out there. Okay? And that's what's really scary about this, guys. I got to tell you, it's worrisome. I think, though, at the same time, that when you watch this video, right, when you see what she says, it probably, for those that, you know, have a neighbor that just has that Trump derangement syndrome, they refuse to acknowledge he's done anything good for anybody, anytime, ever, right? This is that person. And as she talks to Zombie Joe, I think it's important again to point out that she says things like, I just want anybody but Trump. I mean, and she thinks, I want this whole thing with my mask to be over, and I want to know a timeline of when we're going to do this. Meanwhile, Zombie Joe is talking about a lockdown and mandatory masks. At best, he could get in January. So we're going to point out how, you know, Cardi is basically taking the mainline narrative that's being pushed to the general zombie apocalypse public without them even peeking into what these people are actually saying. So later on, when lockdown 2 is in effect, and mask 2, and mandatory vaccines, and the shutdown of the economy even further, et cetera, they'll be able to, you know, pivot to, well, we never said what you thought we said. All right, so before we get there, and we play this Cardi B clip, and we're going to be breaking it down, make sure you thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share. Join the Burmis Brigade, right? Check out Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture. All free right here, right now, in the documentaries playlist section, right? You can also support me over on Rockfin. A lot of great creators there as well. Create that free account right now, especially if I got kicked off of this platform, since we're fully demonetized here. And it's been 4+ months, 4.5 months since that has happened. And about 3.5 months ago, we did it live, and we said, why are we harmful content? 13 of my last 15 videos got remonetized by your algorithm. You know, but at the same time, I need your support now more than ever. So $5, $10, $15. It absolutely does mean the world to me. Let's do it. We do it live. Listen to what she says. And you know what? I'm not a fan of Cardi B. I'll admit that. It's not my thing. But at the same time, I know that in some respects, she's certainly not an idiot. She knows what sells, right? That controversy with Ben Shapiro, the deep fake meme that's going all around now. She knows, and her handlers know how to sell her image, right? So to think that, you know, she's, I guess, totally, you know, an idiot or a moron. I mean, she's like a street hustler stripper that's come up as, you know, a huge thing in entertainment, doing soda commercials, guys. But at the same time, she is so blinded by what this narrative is. Listen to how she talks to Zombie Joe.
I have a whole list of things that I want and I wish and I desire for our next president to do for us. But first thing first, let me keep it a buck. I just want Trump out.
So right there, I just want Trump out. What does that signal to you? She has no idea who Joe Biden is. She knows that Joe Biden was the vice president of who? Of who? Barack Obama. That's probably the limit of what she knows about this guy. And she knows that Donald Trump needs to go. The media told her so.
You know what I'm saying? I just feel like his mouth gets us in trouble so much. I don't want to be lied to. I don't want, like, you know, we're dealing with a pandemic right now, right? And I just want answers. I want to know when this is over. Like, you know, I want to go back to my job. I want I want to be able to go outside.
So listen, this is the real crazy part of this, right? She is saying that she wants this to be over. She wants to be going back to her job. She wants to go outside. She wants what a lot of normal people do. But she doesn't understand that Joe Biden is running on a mandatory mask deal. He's talking about shutting it down if the powers that be tell him to shut down. That's what the irony of this is. Meanwhile, Trump is doing press conferences, to his credit, to try to put a plasma treatment out there, okay, that whether it works or not, he wants to get everything going. But again, the plasma treatment mirrors so much what these vaccines actually are. You have to wonder, again, how they're going to demonize that. I'll say this. There was some, controversial type headlines. They're saying controversial, but they haven't hammered it home too hard. So look at the irony of this. I just want Trump out. I don't know anything about the other person at all other than he was Obama's vice president. Joe looks like, again, I'm not calling him Zombie Joe. Forget about Sleepy Joe. That's a zombie. That's a malleable zombie. She's talking about, I want somebody to tell me when this is over and how this is over. And again, she wants someone to dictate this because she thinks that's going to get her out of this situation. And I can't tell you how many people think that, especially in New York, that after the election, once Joe Biden gets in, somehow this is going to get better.
I want to be able not to feel like I'm trapped in my home. But I don't want somebody to lie to me and tell me that it's okay to go outside. It's okay not to wear a mask. That everything is going to be okay. No, I want.
So, right there, think about that. She assumes right out of the gates that going outside is dangerous and that he's lying about that when we know that vitamin D is good for you. Okay? And then the mask issue, I mean, how many times do we have to go through it? There was no masks, no lockdown in Sweden. They did better than other European nations. Period. The numbers show it. So again, where people are out in the sun, so, hey, look, we're in Sweden. We're playing volleyball. So again, who's lying to whom? She just assumes he's a liar on everything because that's what the media's told her. That's the perception. Okay? All right? By the time I landed in Stockholm, their death rate stood at almost 57 per 100,000 people, far worse than neighboring Nordic countries. But, in fairness, Belgium was 87 out of 100,000. Spain, 62. Britain, 62. And Italy, 58. All of which went to lockdown. And by the way, where in Sweden were there most deaths? In the nursing homes. In the nursing homes. Okay, so again, Cardi B thinks that she's been lied to about being able to go outside without a mask. And she thinks she's been lied to. Oh my goodness. I mean, about everything that Trump does. And that's the madness. That's the epitome of the pre-programmed American I'm talking about.
Like a timeline of when things are going to get better. I want a president to tell me what are the steps for us to get better besides, taking precautions like with our masks and quarantining. I need somebody to tell me like, this is going to be over when we find this cure. This is why it's taking so long.
So here's again the thing. She just doesn't get it. She's bought into this hype so bad. She wants the timeline. Bill Gates is telling you the timeline. At least until we get to the beginning of 2022 or the end of 2021. Does she not? Again, she doesn't understand. They're openly telling you the timeline is a lockdown of over a year plus with these type things. And remember, you know what? We're going to do it live. She doesn't know that in Newsweek, right? Let's see. There we go. That one came up pretty easily. That we have an epidemiologist from Yale talking about the 300 plus studies, okay, that shows that the drug, the forbidden drug the president pushed in the beginning works, especially as a prophylactic. So, what this cure, there is no cure for a coronavirus. There never has been. There never will be. We've never cured the common cold. We never cured the flu. It's a viral infection.
This is why other countries are doing better than ours when it comes to this pandemic. I need somebody to tell me the truth, the hardcore truth. And
The hardcore, you think you're getting the hardcore truth from Zombie Joe? From Zombie Joe. You want some hardcore truth. You know, maybe I can bring this one up. Uganda. Uganda that used the forbidden drug. I better put up this authoritative source. Okay? They did awesome. They did awesome compared to other people. I think they had something like 17 actual deaths. Okay? Out of everybody. Okay? I'm just saying, that drug, the word I can't say, that's the hardcore truth, Cardi. Okay? But you got a literal, look at that face. Does that face look like the alert person that you want? You wouldn't want, all right. You know, I've made the joke about Wendy's, right? You wouldn't want Joe Biden in charge of the shoe department in JCPenney. He'd run that into the ground in a few weeks. Okay? He can't do anything. He's an empty vessel. He's Zombie Joe. He's not Sleepy Joe. He ain't Joey B. It's over.
Also, I of course want free Medicare. And this is why it's important to have free Medicare, because look what's happening right now. You see why we should have been have free Medicare for a long time. I of course think that we need a free college education. That's second. And I want black people to stop getting killed. And
you know what? I want everybody to stop getting killed unjustly. How about that? Like, again, like, what are we talking about? You know, you think Zombie Joe, the guy that voted on segregationism all the way up till the 90s, right? He's going to be a champion for racial justice? Is there such a thing? By the way, people of all races, colors, creeds, genders are killed every day, unfortunately, because there's a thing called bad people in the world. Okay? Just come on, Cardi.
No justice for it. I'm tired of it. I just want more stricter laws that is fair to black citizens. And, you know, it's fair for cops too. If you kill somebody that doesn't have a weapon on them, you go to jail.
Whoa. All right. So if they don't have a weapon on them, what if they're going for your weapon? All right. Again, you know, this new thing where this guy was gunned down in his back in front of his kids, it looks horrific on the surface, and it probably is, because I haven't heard anything else. But he is going into his car. So does the guy think he's reaching for a weapon? What was said? I'm just saying, like, if that guy wasn't reaching for a weapon and he was communicating what he was doing, and the first thing you do is shoot him in the back 7 times, yeah, that person needs to go to jail. Yeah, police brutality exists. Yeah, some people are racist, although I think the brutality issue is almost a completely separate issue. And I think a lot of people that really look into it understand that as well. So let's finish up with Cardi's comments to Zombie Joe.
You know what? If I kill somebody, I got to go to jail. You got to go to jail too. That's all I want.
Zombie Joe. And of course, the full interview is out there. But again, I want to just focus on Cardi B, and that she epitomizes a lot of people that, again, are pre-programmed, non-thinking, don't know what's going on. Don't know what's going on at all. So, hey, maybe somebody can send Cardi this video and she can look into the things I said about, I don't know, some of the other treatments that are already out there. You know, talk about those cures, but they've already talked about dextromethasone and remdesivir as treatments, right? All these are treatments. Nobody's saying they're going to have a cure. Bill Gates wants to lock you down until 2022. He's telling you the vaccines may not work. They may not work to prevent transmission. They may not work to lower the death rate. That's a real thing. Okay, so now the plasma stuff is out there. I know you don't want to hear about it because you opened up with, I just want somebody else in there other than Donald Trump. Okay, these are the facts. So guys, thumbs this video up, subscribe and share. Join the Burmist Brigade. Remember, without your support, I couldn't be doing this because we're fully demonetized on this platform as harmful content, unfortunately. You can also support me by going over to the Rockfin and checking me out there. All right. And remember, guys, in the playlist section right here is Shade the Motion Picture, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New... I said it already. Duh. Loose Change Final Cut. Sorry about that, guys. I'm jibber jabbering. And then we got the t-shirt shop. I need to add to that. Your life matters. Your skin color shouldn't have to. I'm a content of character type of guy. I hope you are as well. And after Mixed Martial Mindset today at 6 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to take off for the road for Iowa. We're doing it. We're gonna go get a place in Iowa, and we're gonna rent for October 1st and get out of New York State because the madness is real. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the flip.